Hi, my name is Shannon Cunningham. I'm an elementary school teacher in the Enumclaw School District and a Shifting Schools leader. When we're creating lessons for our students, it's important to give them a clear pathway for them to follow in order to complete the task or challenge or lesson. Here's an example of one I created. It was week 2 of our poetry unit, and the goal for this unit was to have kiddos write their own poetry. So I chose to put this lesson into a Google slide with a clear path for students to follow. The lesson starts off with a title page, and then the next page is a choice grid that I developed for my students to follow. For step 1, they had to write a haiku, step 2, a free verse poem, and then for step 3, they could choose one of the 3 poems here at the bottom. You'll notice the name of the poem has a link to it, and that will take them to more information about that specific poem. Also on this page is directions. They need to write at least 3 poems and add them to their anthology. They can write a haiku, a free verse poem, and then choose one of the poems here in step 3. I also included an example of my anthology. I just put a link right to it in that Google slide. They didn't have to go anywhere to find that. It was right there for them. They could look at my example if they needed that support. So if we started with step 1, they click on the link to haiku. It takes them to the haiku page where they have more directions to follow. Gave them a definition of what haiku is, tasks for them to do, step 1, step 2, step 3, and then resources they could use to help teach themselves a little bit more about haiku. When they completed this part of haiku, then they could click on the menu button over here and go back to the task page or the choice board where they can go on to the next step. By putting everything in one clear path, kids were able to navigate this lesson very independently.